Welcome once more. It's time for Shelf Life Book Reviews Online, where I present to you a book that I very highly recommend. And this time out, it's a fiction book, and It Had to Be You by Mary Higgins Clark and Alafair Burke. This is published by Simon & Schuster, and it retails for $38.99. As we all know, Mary Higgins Clark was considered the queen of suspense. When she died in 2020, it was thought that, basically her books had come to an end, but no. Alafair Burke, which had written books with Mary Higgins Clark in the past, she was assigned to take over the series of books, especially the Under Suspicion series, of which this, It Had to Be You, is book 8. Now, I'm sure Mary Higgins Clark would be very proud of the way that Alafair Burke has written the series, continuing in the tradition of Mary Higgins Clark. There are not a lot of violent scenes in the book. It's not about the violence. It is about the stories and the characters. And Alafair Burke has an amazing, way that she writes the characters. She's written books by herself. So she's no slouch when it comes to writing suspenseful mysteries. And this book is definitely exceptional. It revolves around a decade ago, two parents were murdered. They were shot to death in their home. Now, at the time, it was thought that one of the two twin brothers, their sons, Ethan or Simon, pulled the trigger. Now, one was charged, and the other always pointed fingers at the other, and the other pointed fingers at the other. So no one was actually formally sent to jail for it. And it sort of hung over the city for quite some time. And now the sister of the two boys, they're not boys, they're men now because it's 10 years later, Ethan and Simon, their brother Frankie wants the truth once and for all. So she contacts Lori Moran, who is a producer of crime television shows. And she is the one who's the main character in these Under Suspicion books. So she looks into it. And when she does a deep dive into the murder 10 years ago, it sort of looks at the one brother as the suspect and then the other brother. Now she ponders whether they both were in on it. Now they say they weren't. Neither of them admit to anything, but their sister Frankie believes that one of them did the killing. But as Lori Moran starts to probe deeper into it and talks to people around the city who were there 10 years ago when the crime began, some strange things happen because there are other suspects that come to mind. And as those suspects realize that maybe they're getting closer to the actual truth, then things escalate and other people's lives are in danger, including Lori Moran's. So this is really a great suspenseful read. It's under 300 pages. I think it's 250, 260 pages. But Alafair Burke has an amazing way that she sort of channels Mary Higgins Clark, because this is the way, if Mary Higgins Clark was still writing the book solo, this is exactly the way the story would play out. So she certainly respects the Queen of Suspense. And if you like a book that's, sort of slower paced, but still very compelling and keeps you reading, It Had to Be You has to be the book that you choose. So that's the book I wanted to draw to your attention. If you do purchase it, please let me know if you do agree with my review. So thank you once again for watching. And once again, I will mention that I'm still having issues with my left eye. It's still twitching. I see the neurologist next week, and hopefully there can be a resolution to this because it's bothering me. And I'm sure it doesn't look the best on video. But anyways, there could be worse things that could happen to one's body. So anyways, until we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.